We kick off the show then, like we promised, with a conversation with one of Chennai's most exciting startups and a startup that's really putting India on the global map with the work that it's doing in the SaaS or the software as a service space. We're talking about Freshdesk founder and CEO Girish Mathrubootham, who told us that perhaps he's glad that he's not a unicorn going by the negative connotation that the word has. He also talks about the milestones that he's charting over the next 12 months. Let's listen in.
This year and probably the next year is what we internally call as our build year. So where we are moving from a early stage startup to a successful high growth startup to like building a global company. So I think in terms of milestones, in the next 2-3 years, I think we will hit a lot more traction in terms of revenue growth, and you can expect a lot more. The most important milestones are, of course, new product innovations, which you will see over the course of the next few quarters.
Right. Everyone's favorite term to gauge success is, whether it's a unicorn in terms of valuation. Where does Freshdesk really stand in that pyramid?
Okay, so we have never actually chased being a unicorn. So one thing that's public information is the last round valuation that we were at, which happened in April last year at around $500 million. So we are not raising money, and so we don't know the answer. But I think we don't really worry about these things. Today, I think it's probably a bad term to be called a unicorn because there's so much of unwanted distraction, and now there's a new term called unicorps. So we'd like to stay away. But jokes aside, I think there is a fundamental difference to being a public market unicorn and a private market unicorn. So in the public market, it's much harder to get unicorn valuation because the public in general are more, the markets are more mature. So I think we would definitely want to be a unicorn, a public market one, and not a private one. So I think that's our goal.
Right. You've opened a swanky new office at a time when everybody is talking about cut down in spending and caution seeping in. Is that a sign that perhaps Freshdesk is doing well? You don't have to worry as far as burning cash and profitability is concerned.
So I think, see, we have always been contrarian. So in 2014, when we raised $31 million from Google Capital, Axel and Tiger, we had all the money that we had raised the previous round in the bank. And even at that time, I said, when money is available at attractive terms, we will just take it because it will help us during a rainy day. Nobody believed that such a downturn would happen. In 2015, when we raised $50 million, we had $35 million in the bank, more than the last round combined, right? So last round that we had raised. I said in an interview that winter is coming and we are just getting ready. So I think what we did well in hindsight is, we could all see, all of us saw that there was a great amount of investor interest in investing in Indian startups. So there were attractive valuations and money was available to us from premium investors at good terms. So it made sense to take the money. But we were not, the nature of our business is B2B SaaS, so we're not burning cash like a consumer business. So we raised money when we didn't need it. So now we are in a position of strength. We're still sitting with more than 75% of the money that we raised in the bank, we have not touched it. And so it is, I always believe that cash is king. So it's good to be able to be in this position where we are strong. Now we can acquire good talent as well as good companies when they are available.
Finally, Girish, is mobile going to be the next big thing, and how you're really tailoring products for that? I know you're working on that space closely with a few beta trials, but take us through the opportunities there.
See, mobile is not the next big thing. It already is the big thing. So we all...
from a SaaS perspective.
Yeah. So I think especially if you look at even India as a market, we have shown how big mobile can be. So we really at Freshdesk believe that mobile is the future, and so in fact more than just having a mobile support system, what we recently launched was we launched a product called Hotline, which is tailored towards real-time customer engagement for mobile first companies. So these are companies like say Uber or let's say Swiggy or Myntra, where let's say the customer actually lives on the mobile app, right? So if your customer is always using a mobile app, where do you expect them to go and find the support phone number or email address? So we put support in the app,
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/etnow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at etnowlive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/etnow.